All right, it is Monday, August 3rd, weekly weigh in and shot day. Last week was my first injection. To my knowledge, I was on the lowest dose of Ozempic. So, me and Shauna, my nurse, I was about to just say injector, but she's not just my injector. So, Shauna, my nurse, we go over how the week had been. She asked about any symptoms I had, how I was feeling, what my appetite was like, what I had been eating, if I was constipated. And I went through all of that with her. I told her about how my appetite was definitely less. I was never really nauseous, but for the first couple days, I had this ebbing, a very mild aversion maybe and sensitivity to smell the one day, but I wouldn't have classified it as nausea. Otherwise, smooth sailing. I wasn't so not hungry that I wasn't eating what I told her my meal plan kind of was. I was eating everything that I said that I wanted to eat in a day for my meal routine. And if I was a little hungry still, I'd eat a piece of cheese. Um, and I told her that probably midway through the week, I was constipated, I guess. Like I just wasn't having bowel movements. And then I told her that ironically, yesterday when I was at Target to buy a big tub of Miralax, that I did have movement that day and today before I went to my appointment. And then last week, I weighed myself at home. I was 197. When I got to the office and was weighed that day, I was 196. And then when I weighed myself today before I went, I don't know if my scale was acting up or, as we talked about, it was because it was before I drank my not low sodium bone broth. And so when I was empty of liquids in the morning and had had those bowel movements, I was 190.2. So I told her that that was what I weighed in at this morning before I had had anything. And I re explained like what I did literally have before I came to this appointment, which was the bone broth, a big old coffee, and some water. And I was 194 when she weighed me. So it's not like that was discouraging because even after all of that, I was still down from last week. Um, but she noted the discrepancy between what I had weighed in at earlier and what I was weighing in at right now. And she was like, well, if you're not doing like a low sodium bone broth, you are going to retain that water and you do need to make like an active effort to really flush that out. So that kind of makes sense. And she was like, but at the end of the day, like clearly you are still in a calorie deficit because you did lose 1.6 pounds. And I was like, yeah, but that's probably just like water, right? And she was like, no, because on the BMI, you actually lost zero point 0.3 pounds of fat. That's clear right here. And then, yeah, like the other stuff, water and like inflammation or whatever. So, either way, still a win. But Shauna did say that we were going to up my dose. So, she shot me up again with a higher dose because she said that what I tend to eat in a day, even though it is a caloric deficit for me, most people are not hungry enough at all the first week. Like, I should be eating way less because of this shot. So she upped me on that. It's only like an hour and a half since I was at my appointment, so it wouldn't have quite kicked in. And I will admit that on my way home, I think this is probably what I'm always gonna do is go and get my extra small Coke and medium fry for McDonald's on the way home before I'm like on my typical journey of the week and when I like truly have no appetite and I don't want to be eating those things. But it's kind of just like my little, not even guilty pleasure, but like it is my treat. Okay. I love a McDonald's fry. Like I want to be able to enjoy it. And I'm not gonna enjoy it any other time. And if I'm only eating that once a week, then like, girl, whatever. So that is my weekly weigh-in and my little secret, my little fry secret. And now we just have the rest of the day. I do have a couple of videos that I didn't post. I don't know if they're really necessary, but if you want me to post them because you just want somebody yapping in the background of your life, go ahead and let me know and I'll put them up. Otherwise, I don't think it really matters. But have a good day.